reacting to his most iconic WWE moments. Oh, Maven.
From receiving my WWE contract on live TV to being the first to take Brock Lesnar's F5, these are my most iconic WWE moments.
The original Tough Enough.
Yes, the way I got into WWE was kind of revolutionary. It was 2001 during the reality television boom, and the WWF at the time had an audition for Tough Enough, and the winner wasn't necessarily going to receive money. They were going to receive an opportunity. That opportunity would be to join the main roster and win a WWE contract. Now, we were about a week into filming at this point, this iconic moment that I know you've all seen, but we didn't really know what life on the road was until this day. And there would be no one better to show us than the man that's about to walk through the door.
This guy here.
Up until this moment, we had absolutely no clue who was there, who was going to be there. The moment they told us to look ahead, we knew something. We knew someone was going to be there. But we had no clue they were going to start with someone as legendary as Hunter.
I saw a figure coming in from the right-hand side. I saw the beard and the ponytail.
You see Josh's reaction. You see, others going, oh my. Keep in mind, at this point, at this moment, everyone sitting in those chairs were fans, and the biggest fans. So to see the game, to see an icon of this business, I mean, we were all starstruck. I don't care if anyone says they're not. They were. I guarantee. I know I was.
What have you guys done today?
A little bit of mud wrestling this morning.
Mud wrestling. Never done that. Is it fun?
God, I swear. I forget just how big he was back then.
You been hurt?
Yeah, he was built back then, like 270 something.
Like, and I get he had to come in. He had to come in hot. I get it. He's coming in and he's showing exact, because everything he says is true.
Anybody here think they couldn't wrestle today?
There was not a soul in there that was about to raise their hand on that one.
Take a bump. Flat back.
Oh wow, here we go.
Just for further notice, one of your nuts is hanging out of your shorts.
Yeah, I don't know what I would. Oh God.
Oh man.
I don't know what I would do if I was known. And the biggest thing on earth I was known for was for having Hunter tell me my balls are hanging out.
What's the difference between that bump and...
He fell on the ground rough with it, or on the mat, I should say.
Up until then, every time you fall down, your natural instinct, your initial reaction is to catch yourself, and you have to turn that mechanism off. And I remember seeing him take a bump and thinking, attack the mat, attack the mat.
What makes you want to be a wrestler?
Something different for me. It's a challenge. I like a challenge.
Fan?
Not a big fan.
I never understood, well, how the hell would you admit that? That biggest.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You're yes.
The whole...
What the hell was she doing?
The athleticism, the
There he is.
pain,
fame, the glory, want to get laid.
look at him, he eyeballing me, he didn't like me.
I figure there's a lot of chicks, right? All the wrestling, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, you ain't lying.
Then somebody tells me that one of these guys had a Goldberg poster on the wall.
I remember that too.
Oh, yeah.
They tore it off the wall.
Jason had a poster of Goldberg. And this is during the time when Goldberg had just done WCW. Goldberg was not, I repeat, was not a signed talent in WWF. Connor was not a fan of the fact that Jason had a poster of Goldberg on his wall, and Taz ripped it down.
Because every 3 months he's got a hangnail, he's got a tummy ache. What does that person think about the business?
It's tough to put that on Bill. Like, Bill's a product of what he came up in. Bill was wrestling for a company that's what they asked of him. I mean, he is what they created.
Not for the fame, not for the glory of it, not so I can get laid.
I don't know why he looked at me every time he said get laid. He did, though. He did.
When do you take time off? Do you tape it up? and you keep going, what do you call in sick?
Everything Hunter says is true. It's not an easy business. It's not. Like, it's tough. And what he says, right, you don't know what your person at home is doing. They don't know what you're doing, and problems do arise. Your body's
wrestling hurt and wrestling sick. That's something else.
Everything he said, I wish I could say he was full of shit, and he wasn't. He was 100% accurate. I mean, at the 24-year-old me probably thought, he's full of it. You know, no, he was right.
You guys have the greatest opportunity in the world.
Not saying that he was full of shit, but like he just didn't want somebody coming up there using it for what it's worth. Like the one girl talking about back then, talking about trying to get into some magazine or something. They didn't even want to really be a wrestler. That pissed some people off.
World, in my opinion, to be in the greatest business in the world, do not get up.
He would not be the first or the last of superstars that would come and grace us with their experiences, with what we would come to experience, and just let us ask questions. But they wanted to start it off, and they wanted to set a tone. There wasn't any questions asked. They didn't turn the cameras off and Hunter walk back out and be like, "Hey guys, it's great to meet you." No, he was out of there. He left. Hunter was gone. I don't think I saw him again until back when I was, after I won the show. After he left, there were people that didn't want it, and you would find that out.
People like 3-4 people quit.
I believe 8.
Oh, you
I'm
said
not
8.
sure on that math, but I think around 8 people would quit. Everything he said, we needed to hear. I needed to hear. I had a career at this time.
That first one.
I had decisions.
3 people were gone like in a week.
I knew whatever he said there was, you have to be willing to pay it, and I knew I was. Now, as the show would progress, more and more would leave, some through quitting, some through just natural selection. That would leave 3 men and 2 women to figure out who would be champion. Let's see who won.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 outstanding male finalists here tonight.
As I'm sitting there, I'm literally like, I had a pretty good idea that I was going to win. Up until this moment, we had no clue that if you didn't win, you still could potentially get a job with the company. No clue. They never, ever brought that up. But I'm sorry, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, man, if I win, my life is just going to change forever. Am I ready for that change?
And the champion is Maven.
Yeah, they told us all to have speeches ready, and I was like, I'll just wing it. I'll figure it out if I win.
Thank you very much. First off, before I can do anything, I have to thank all the people.
The 2 things I knew I wanted to do was thank all those that came before me and my mom. What I regret that I didn't do was, mention something about, and I've thought about this a lot. I regret that I never brought Chris or Josh's name up, and because either of those guys could have been standing there either. And I hate that in my speech I didn't include them in any way. It's kind of haunted me, over the years. I'm sure neither of them. You ask them, they'll be like, I don't care. But it's just a little bit of a dick move, and I didn't mean for it to be.
And last but certainly not least, Mom, this is for you.
Hey, and then it was like, all right, suck it up. This is what you signed up for. What you said you wanted, you got. Now, prove it. I remember the moment they called my name, putting my head down, and immediately through my mind, I was thinking, yeah, teaching's over. Your life in Portland's over.
He was done with that.
Your life is never, ever going to resemble what it once was. Are you okay with that? You better be. You better be. So after I won Tough Enough and would continue my career in the WWE, I would become a 3-time hardcore champion. Now, on one of my hardcore title defenses, I would find myself in the ring with my trainer, Al Snow, and Spike Dudley. That's not what this clip would be known for. During my match with Al and Spike, we would have a first look at someone who would become a megastar. Who is that someone? Well, let's find out.
Young
An
Maven.
entire gallon of water on my head. I remember that. I remember reaching down and trying to pull the trash can out, and it was hair too big, and I was like, kind of like, oh God. I was like, do I have to dip the trash can out to get it out? I'm glad it finally came.
No count outs. Must be a winner. Count anywhere.
During my career, I didn't throw many drop kicks outside the ring, but I always remember that to me, a drop kick was way more impressive.
He got some height on that drop kick.
People, when you're in the ring, they think you're getting that natural spring from the canvas, which maybe you are. Again, wood has a little bit of a spring bounce to it. So I always wanted to throw the drop kick outside, but just to show, hey, this is how high I can jump. That original spot we called for, I was going to jump up on the barricade and do a missile drop kick off, a little form of a missile drop kick off on the owl, and we cut it last minute. And the reason we did is just because you want to try to control all the controllables you can. And if I went to jump up and had to turn myself to jump off to hit Al, what if a fan reaches up and shoves me? What if they touch me? And then where are we at? So we controlled the things that we could control, and we could control me throwing the drop kick right there. There we have the emergent Spike. Remember, during this time, the Hardcore Championship, the Hardcore title was 24/7. At any moment, you could have someone come in and win it from you. That's why Spike didn't start the match off, but would come in. But Spike was really there for one reason and one reason only, and I'll show you why in just a second.
Okay, here.
There is the
Remember all that.
first time Brock Lesnar would show up on WWF television. And here would be my iconic moment, a moment that people still bring up to me.
He almost put Maven through the match.
Happily would be the first person to ever take his legendary move, the F5. Taking the F5, and that would be the only F5 I would take in my career. Easy move to take. It was just basically a face bump. Brock does all the work. The rotation is what makes it look so devastating. But what makes it such a great move is, for Brock, it's picturesque because it shows his strength. But for the person taking it,
it doesn't feel too good.
It hurt one bit. And he threw me like I was a child. I didn't assist him at all. I didn't spring off anything. That's literally just how strong this man was. But I promised you, Spike was in this for a reason. You're about to see why.
Powerbomb, I remember that.
The fact that he picked him up from a lying position, tossed him up, caught him, and then gave him 3 power bombs. That would tell a story to all the fans and to everyone watching about what would become and what they were about to see with Brock Lesnar. I'm happy to have a small moment in that part of history and a part of the business that would usher in a new megastar. As my career progressed, the WWE
Yeah, that was Ruthless Aggression era.
Opportunities, and one of the most important things in the wrestling business is the ability to talk. Well, this would be one of my first opportunities to run my mouth. I wish they would have given me many more. Now, pulling up to the arena that day, I had no clue I had a promo, especially a promo with Angle that night, but I was all too eager when I saw the run sheet and it showed me, and then they told me, hey, we got a promo, here's what we want you to say. I was on cloud 9 because I always knew if they let me go, if they gave me an opportunity to talk, it would only help my career. So as nervous as I was backstage for this moment, I was equally as excited. see my hand, if you see my finger there, that's when I broke after I had that match with Bob where I broke my finger.
So Kurt, why don't you do yourself a favor, take that ridiculous Elton John looking rug off your hand.
See, this is when I wish I could do it, and I had the confidence that I had now. I'd have called him Mop Top. I'd have come up with something better than that Elton John wig. I'd have, take that dead weasel off your, I don't know.
Take that dead weasel off your head. How about that?
This right now. It'd have been,
That would have been, that's funny actually.
You're that guy that won some contract on MTV or something.
and you see, I should have, I had the mic, I should have, yeah, I did. And something, I wish, again, just being older, I know, this is, when I say there's things I didn't do that I wish I could go back and redo, yeah, I would have much rather have went into the back and had them mad at me because I gave
I'm still laughing.
or because
Take that dead weasel off your head.
because if I would have gave Kurt more to work off of, life might have went off on somebody's head backstage, a writer, whoever, and been like, yo, the kid's got something. Let's try him with this. But I did everything by the book. I literally did everything to the number. I said every word verbatim as they wrote them. I broke for everything they told me to break for, rather than just feeling it and just going with it. Like when he said, perfect example, the moment he said, "Do I know you?" "Yeah, you know me." "Yeah, you know me. I saw you backstage. I saw you catering." I'd much rather have somebody be, yeah. Why'd you say that? Because it gave Kurt more to work with. But hindsight's always 20/20.
But do you have any idea who you're talking to?
You see, I'm talking. I should have did that over the mic. Like what I was saying, I should have, even if, and then let him cut me off. Kurt's a professional. He's gonna cut me off. He's gonna get his words in.
He wants Maven to come down and take it on his head, and here comes Maven. Maven's gonna be in trouble. You know the angle at this time.
Great spot. Could have got to all that, even if I would have gave just a little bit more in the promo.
He doesn't want anybody to stay involved. Maven should have kept it out because he knows that Maven's business. Look at this. What's a minute? It's on.
And that would later set up a tag match between myself and Edge, and Angle and Christian. That's definitely one of the moments I look back on my career, and yeah, I look back and smile, and it was fun. As for the promo, they came up with everything. Every word I said was verbatim the way they wrote it, the way they gave it to me. They would give me it, and then it would say beat, meaning take a beat, pause, whether it be for fan reaction, for Kurt's reaction. And then, obviously, Kurt would come in, and I didn't add or take away anything because I didn't feel like I was in the place. I didn't think I was at a point where I could take away or add to anything they gave me. Guys like Edge, guys like Christian, guys, upper echelon guys, they would give them their promos. Sometimes it would just be bullet points, and it'd be like, go, hit these, get it out, do it your way. And I wish I would have showed them that if given the opportunity, if given trust, I can get to that point one day too. After a few years in the WWE, I would turn heel or become a bad guy. And I would find myself teamed up with Simon Dean, who had a interesting gimmick. Simon was
What's his name?
salesman of sorts. He was an infomercial salesman, and he had cutting edge protein powder and fitness supplements and drinks, and I was his guinea pig in essence. And Simon would tell people that they needed to be on his supplements and stop drinking beer. Well, this night in Los Angeles, we would tell the wrong person that he shouldn't be drinking beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frederick Bischoff and
Stone
his
Cold.
service to the city
I
of
haven't
Los
seen this in a
Angeles.
while.
Please welcome Simon Dean.
I've always thought this was a hilarious gimmick, and I've always thought Mike Bucci delivered it perfectly.
Nova, that's what they call it. That was ECW.
So good at just playing this character.
And I defy anyone to tell me.
Whenever that glass
This before
broke,
Austin left for
it was
real.
just different.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Austin was still there
just
doing stuff.
different than anyone else.
With the company.
The moment you heard that, whoosh, the place come unglued because they know they were about to see quite possibly their favorite wrestler, and for most of them, their favorite wrestler of all time.
Let me see 20,000 middle fingers.
Now that's crowd control. When he can say, "Let me see 20,000 middle fingers," and they do it, that's complete.
And Austin was
It's
something
just
serious.
Having them, and we say we have them in the palm of our hands. Man, there's very few people that's ever had the crowd in the palm of their hands. As good as the rattlesnake.
You ain't got no hair? Grow your stupid hair back. You trying to be Stone Cold? You'll never be Stone Cold.
Steve is going off the cuff. Everything he's saying, I had no clue what he was going to say. So I was just reacting. When he went from Simon then to focus his attention on me, I had no clue he was going to do that. So you see, my natural reaction. And at this point, I'm a fan as well. And I'm enjoying it as much as anyone in the front row or throughout the entire arena.
Wipe that stupid, pathetic look off your face.
And the fact that he could say that, and they knew in the truck to focus in, and the fact that Simon had the wherewithal to make the face, go from the smile to the, it's just genius, just genius.
Pop a damn top and start drinking.
And Simon spitting it out is just genius.
Well, do 5 more push-ups. I bet you can't do 5 more. 2, 3, 4. I bet you can do 5 more.
Now, this is getting to be a little bit of a rip. Steve's having fun with it at this point because, I dare anybody go into this scenario and then do push-ups and not be blown up. Like you're elevated, your heart rate's already elevated, and now add calisthenics to it. Yeah, he's ripping him a little bit, but it's all fun. It's all good nature. It's again, if we're having fun, they're having fun, and we were definitely having fun.
Your turn. Your turn.
Again, did not have that plan. That's all Steve reacting.
Perhaps you just can't handle it, unlike my man Simon here.
No.
This is the point that we knew
He done did it now.
We knew we were going to get to the point of Simon holding the cup and me saying, "This was a man's drink. You just can't handle it like my man Simon." Hard pat on the back. He spills it on Steve. Chaos ensues. Going into this, the original plan, and I was never going to say anything, but the original plan was that he was only going to give Simon a stunner. And I was a little bit I don't want to say upset, but I was pissed. I wanted to take a stunner. Of course I did. Up until this point, Simon and our lines were pretty much scripted and delivered exactly how they were handed to us. Steve's lines, on the other hand, was sheer reactionary. Steve was going off, just giving his normal, Steve-isms the way he was.
He said Steve-isms.
Like, who looks more natural? Obviously, he does. To every wrestler out there, they always ask me, watch my match. What can I do better? Or what do you think? And I tell them all the same thing. Give things time to digest. Don't do things too quick. We spilled the drink on him, and he just does nothing but looks down. But it's giving the fans time to digest it. He's perfect. His timing is perfect. Now, thinking I was done for the night, originally the plan called for him to do stuff with Simon in the ring and then leave. Of course, Steve going off the fly. He comes over to me, and I remember he's picking me up, and he says, "Mule kick." Turns, and I've never taken a mule kick, but there, he gives me the mule kick, hitting me in the peaches. and I think my sell job was pretty good. And what I've always loved and always taken, pride in is the fact that Simon and I, we held our own. This was Monday Night Raw. This was, the night after WrestleMania, and we were in there with, one of hands down the best to ever do it. And I think we held our own. We did exactly what was asked of us, and yeah, it was fun. So now that the music plays, that's supposed to be it. Yeah, obviously his music plays. He's given his stunner. The fans have seen what they wanted to see, and I wasn't going to be like, "Hey, Steve, can you stun me too?" I just wasn't going to do it. But I'm glad he did it. And at that moment right there, a wrestling bucket list item was filled. I got to take a stunner from Stone Cold in the Staples Center. That's pretty darn good, even for a mid-carder. Now, I know I'm leaving out probably my most iconic moment of all time, eliminating The Undertaker from the O2 Rumble, but...
Oh, yeah, you got a beating that night. I'll never forget that.
Click the link.
Ooh, he got a beating. Oh, boy, that was something. I was watching that at Buddy's house. He said this is the badass Taker. He said when he eliminated him, he said he's gonna remember that beating for the rest of his life. Yeah, Taker beat him so bad, busted his head and it's everything. Then I think the next year or the same year, I think it was the next year, the busted head from Snitsky getting kicked in the head or something like that. Oh, that was something. Yeah, that. Then I think, then he tried it again, 2 years in a row, and the Taker said, "I don't think so," and threw his ass on out of there. Man, that was good shit though. Oh, in the Lesnar thing, I felt bad. I felt more bad for when Lesnar came in there. I felt more bad for Spike. His Spike got 3 or 4 power bombs, and I was like, little Spike, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he about put Spike. I mean that the F5 is rugged, but he power bombed. He put Spike through the mat. And Maven was almost put through the mat with that power bomb, like triple power bomb or whatever. That was something serious.